everybody, Mrs. Ulickney here to help you with page 95. We just started multiplication. You should be doing this on November 4th, Wednesday. So let's start our practice page. Number 1 says, think about what you know about multiplication. Fill in each box. Use words, numbers, and pictures. Show as many ideas as you can. If you remember, we call this a concept map. Our concept that we're talking about is multiplication. So, who remembers the golden rule of multiplication? I hope you're thinking about a key word called equal. Remember, we can only find the total number of items if we have equal groups. So let's draw an example of equal groups. I'm going to draw 1, 2, 3. Here are my 3 groups, and I'm going to put 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So these groups are equal because I have 2 in each group. Here's my first group, second group, third group, and there are 2 in each group. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. So I can multiply to find my total number of circles because my groups are equal. So how many groups do I have? 1, 2, 3. I have 3 groups of, remember the multiplication sign means groups of. I have 3 groups of how many in each group? 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. I have 3 groups of 2, which equals what? Let's skip count by 2. 2, 4, 6. So 3 times 2 equals 6, or 3 groups of 2 equals 6. If you want to write the repeated addition, you could also write this, 2 plus 2 plus 2, which equals a total of 6 as well. 2, 4, 6. Because remember, multiplication is repeated addition. Okay, so there's an example. Let's do another example. Let's do, oh, I realize this said definition. We'll just switch these two. We'll do a definition over here. So the definition of multiplication is, what do we use multiplication for? To find the total. So I can multiply to find the total, I'll abbreviate number with the number sign, the total number of items, and I'm going to capitalize equal because that's the golden rule of multiplication. The total number of items in equal sized groups. So that's what we use multiplication for. To find the total number of items in equal size groups. Remember, the groups must be equal. Okay? Let's go down here to another example. Let's just pick a multiplication problem. Let's do 2 times 5. That would be the same thing as 2 groups. 1, 2, here are my groups with 5 in each group. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 groups of 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Or it's also counting by 2 5 times. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2. Or counting by 5 2 times. What does that equal? 5 plus 5 is 10. Or if I count by 2 5 times, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. and 2 groups of 5 equals 10. Remember, we call the answer to a multiplication problem the product. That is the answer to a multiplication problem, and we call our 2 numbers being multiplied together our factors. Okay? Here is a non-example of multiplication. I'm going to draw it over here. See if you can figure out why this is not a good example of multiplication. Why is this not a good example of multiplication? Are my groups equal? Do I have the same amount in each group? How many are in this group? 1, 2. How many are in this group? 1, 2, 3. Uh-oh. How many are in this group? 1, 2, 3, 4. Are these numbers equal? No, so I cannot multiply. I can only add to find my total number of circles. Because remember, you can only multiply if the groups are equal. So 2 plus 3 plus 4. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. This is not a good example of multiplication. Our groups have got to be equal. And let's go down to number 2. It says, explain how you can write a multiplication equation for this picture. There are actually, I think, 2 different ways. So let's look. Let's look at our rows. Remember, a row goes side to side. Here's one row. And then here's a second row. How many groups do you see? 1, 2. I see 2 groups. 2 groups of what? How many are in each group? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. My groups are equal. They both have 6, so I can multiply. 2 groups of 6 equals a total of what? Or you could think of 6 plus 6 as well. What does that equal? 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So our product is 12. There's a different way you can do it. We could also talk about columns. Remember, columns go up and down. What if I did this? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How many groups do I have now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I have 6 groups of how many? How many are in each group? 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. I have 6 groups of 2, which is also the same as doing 6 2 times. 6 plus 6. What does that equal? 12. So if you look here, even though our factors are switched, 2 times 6, 6 times 2, we still got the same answer. So it doesn't matter if your factors are switched or not. Okay, I hope that helped.